Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. So I'm doing this one in the meeting room because I got caught up a little bit, but there's a very specific topic I want to go over. So first and foremost, looking at the numbers, there's a good balance of month to month. There's a good balance of our inline deals, and everybody's in double digits everywhere. So that's good. So we got to keep this thing rocking and rolling. Make sure you're getting your flips out. Make sure you're working your rebuttals. You're working your calls. So one thing that got brought up, and I know some of your managers told you yesterday, so this is my second time doing this video, but I know I got it right this time, is we want to make sure we're at a 50% fund rate or north of that. Okay. So I'm going to give you some tricks to the trade on how to get yourself over a 50% fund rate. So the way I think about it, if you're somebody who takes flips, right, your job really doesn't start until you get to the point where you're asking for $99 for the first time, right? So everything prior to that is you setting yourself up to earn the right to ask them for money. After you ask them for the $99, the bull, it's like the bull swings out of the cage and now the whole entire job starts. So if you ask for $99 and the rebuttal is I can't afford it, okay? Any other rebuttal, we're not looking to lower the deposit yet, right? I need to talk to somebody, my dad co-signed, I don't trust you, I need more information. We're not looking to lower a deposit. We're talking strictly about people who say they can't afford it, right? So if their concern is I can't do the $99 today, the first thing that should happen is you need to resell the policy, right? You need to paint the pictures, resell the plan, and make sure that you're really building the value. Then you should go for a credit card at 99, right? So, hey, so I understand, paint the picture, go through a resell. I understand you feel you can't afford it. The one thing I would suggest then is do the 99 by a credit card. So that way it's like no cash out of hand, and then you could just handle that bill next month. If they're like, yeah, no, I understand, but I just can't afford it. So if you are stuck in a situation where you've asked for $99 down, they said they can't afford it, you've resold the plan, right? Then you've asked for a credit card for the $99 down. If their rebuttal maintains that they can't afford it, no other rebuttal, hey, if it turns into a different rebuttal, now it's a different conversation. But if it maintains as I can't afford the $99 down, I would approach it more like this. Okay, well, I understand that you can't afford the 99. I can't really do it for free. So what if we meet in the middle? Right? Can you do $50 down today or whatever deposit, something, right? Not a dollar, but more than a dollar, 50, 75, right? 25. Okay. If they agree to it, then fine, move forward, make the sale. If they don't agree to it, right, and they still say they can't afford it, then guess what you're going to do? You're going to resell them again. You're going to paint the pictures again. You're going to build the value again. Explain to them it's a responsible thing to do. Tell the stories about what happens when they don't have coverage and how expensive it is and they have an active loan. Use your information to your advantage, right? And then if you get to the point where they still can't afford it after you did your $50 down, then you're going to basically get to the point where, look, all right, since I'm one of the senior finance managers here, I'm really not supposed to do this, but there's a few times a month I can. So let me ask you this. If I could waive your deposit, where we just put the card on file, we charge you a single dollar to make sure it's active, right? Can you promise me that you can make this payment, enter payment amount, on this date? If they say yes, great, move forward. If they say no, try to figure out what date they can make the payment in, right? If it's 5 days from now, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, whatever it is, try to figure out what date they can make the payment. Because then what we're looking for to make sure we increase our funding rate is a bigger commitment. So we obviously always want $99 down. That's the key to life. That's what gets you the highest funding percentage. A $50 down is going to fund at 50%, right? So we want to make sure that we're trying to take advantage of getting those and not immediately dropping to a dollar. But if we are going to have to do a dollar down or a waived ACH, because that's all they have, we want to get a firm commitment from them that they are going to make this monthly payment on that date, right? And if that date doesn't work for them, then work with them on the date. Ask them when they get paid. Hey, you know your budget better than I do. When do you get paid? When can you make this $135 payment or whatever it is? If you do those things, right, if I could, would you? If you do those things, you're going to end up getting a more firm commitment from the customer because they're promising to pay a payment instead of just, all right, well, I'm going to waive the deposit, dollar down today. We set you over 36 months. Your first payment's on the 6th for 145.52. I just got to send you the verification, right? What card do you want to use? We need to, the key to it is in selling, we need to get a verbal commitment from the customer that they are willing to do X, Y, or Z, right? So if you get yourself in a situation where it's a dollar down, that's where I want you to really get a commitment from them that they're promising, hey, if I was able to, if I could waive this deposit or do the dollar down, can you promise me that you can make this payment of X on this date, right? That will get you a much firmer and much more solid deal out of your dollar downs. So instead of those being 30% funding, they can go up to 40% or 50% funding, right? And that will ultimately help us accomplish our goal of getting more deals, right? Making more money, right? Because we're going to get more deals funded. So that would be the advice I want to give to you. If you take those things and apply it, it will work, right? 99 first, resell. Credit card next, resell. $50 down, resell. Then when you have to waive it, get a firm commitment. Hey, if I could, would you? If I could do this dollar down, can you promise me you can make X amount of payment on this day, right? That will strengthen the deal, right? And that will make it where you are over 50%. I promise you that if you follow these instructions. With that said, not a bad start. Let's continue to kick some ass, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.